Hi Taurus, welcome. Thanks for joining me on my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. You are watching a general love reading for the sign of Taurus for February 2021. So Taurus, I have not been uploading videos in quite a while. I've been very inconsistent, and that's just because that's how my schedule is right now. So instead of trying to be super lofty, I decided to work on getting at least one reading done for each sign for the month of February. So this is your February 2021 video. And if I get a big enough of a head start, maybe I'll get through all of the signs. So Taurus, thank you so much for joining me. If you're brand new, there is more detailed information in the description box below, but I will be giving just a brief introduction and we're going to get started with your reading. So I want to remind all of my viewers that this is a general love reading, and of course that means it can apply to any kind of situation, any kind of circumstance, any type of relationship. You name it, it might be in the cards. I also want to remind you to be flexible with the energy. You can be represented by any of the characters that might show up in the cards. You might feel like I'm reading for you. You might feel like a cross watcher for somebody else. Parts of the reading may resonate for you, while other parts may not, so take what does and leave behind the rest. My intention is to reach those that need the message. Obviously, I hope you enjoy the reading. I hope that it resonates naturally. But Taurus, more than anything else, I hope that you get something out of it. I hope you feel it was worth your while. I hope that you feel like it benefited you in some way, shape, or form. So Taurus, here we go, February 2021. Let's see what Taurus has in store. Here we go. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Seven of Wands. And by the way, I am recording at night, so I do apologize not only for the poor lighting, but the glare that will come off of the cards. It's just something that can't be helped. So, sorry in advance. King of Pentacles in reverse. Nine of Wands in reverse. Queen of Wands. The Hierophant in reverse. The Magician. And the Three of Swords. So I do believe we have two separate energies on the table so far, this Queen of Wands and this King of Pentacles. So I want to remind you, Taurus, first of all, you could be either one of these energies regardless of gender. Male or female, you can resonate as this Queen of Wands, and same for the King of Pentacles. Or you may feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you are connected with. So this could be a reading that's regarding what's going on with them, and because you know this person, or because you are involved with this person, you might be feeling like a cross-watcher, even if you're a Taurus. So just keep that in mind. So, Queen of Wands, this is somebody who is very ambitious, somebody who might be very outgoing. This is somebody who goes after what she wants, and she typically will get it. The Queen of Wands can be somebody who's very attractive or alluring, somebody who kind of commands attention when she walks into a room. She's fierce. She is not afraid of a challenge. She's not afraid to take action when action needs to be taken. That one slipped out. King of Cups. We're going to put him back in there. We'll get more into what's going on with this King of Pentacles after this next set. So let's see what else we get for Taurus. We have the World in reverse. Ten of Pentacles. Justice in reverse. The Five of Swords. Seven of Swords in reverse. Wheel of Fortune. Four of Swords in reverse. And then we have the Two of Cups. So there is a significant connection between this Queen of Wands and this King of Pentacles, family or otherwise. It doesn't have to be a romantic connection. It could be, feels like it could potentially be family, could be a colleague or coworker, but it's somebody that's significant. I feel like there is some kind of disagreement, disruption, some kind of conflict between these two. I think that this Queen of Wands wants to take action and make things right. Maybe she wants to address the situation. Maybe she wants to fix the situation. Feels like she's ready to take action to make things right. This King of Pentacles kind of has opposite energy. I feel like he feels like there's a certain level of something doesn't feel fair, or something doesn't feel right for him, or he feels like something's unjust or wrong. Maybe he feels like he was wronged. But it almost feels like he is not feeling confident enough, or maybe he just doesn't feel like fighting this or making it right or working on things. Maybe he's a little bit hesitant to create a conflict over the situation. This could be in the form of a missed opportunity with this Ace of Pentacles out here. So this could be maybe a job, or some kind of lost asset, or maybe an investment that went wrong. But I feel like it does apply. There's something tangible here that was missed or lost, or wasn't attained. It could have been like a start to something, or something that was going to benefit others. It could have been in like an investment. Could have been a job or some kind of financial endeavor that would have not just benefited the person involved with the situation, but those that surround him. So in other words, a family maybe. But we do have the Three of Swords out here. I do feel like there could be some kind of problem or conflict, and it probably involves the influence of at least one other person. Let's get some more cards out here for Taurus. Let's see what else we get. Six of Swords in reverse. Page of Cups. The Sun in reverse. And these cards have a really significant glare just because the illustrations are really light, so I'm doing my best to show you. I am aware that it's hard to see the illustrations. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Again, this time in reverse. The Chariot in reverse. The Fool in reverse. Judgment. And then we have the Seven of Swords again in reverse. Okay, so there's definitely some kind of issue or conflict or problem. I mean, this could be small, this could be big. It feels like it's big. There's some kind of distance between these two also. I feel like these two may not be communicating. It's possible that these two are just keeping their distance. But there's definitely some conflict, and this Queen of Wands feels like she wants to address it, make things right, move towards fixing things, but something's keeping her from doing that. And I think what's happened is she's realized that for some reason, and this doesn't quite make sense to me yet, we'll see what we come up with, Taurus, but for some reason her attempt to make things right, to reconcile the situation, to right the wrong, because again, I think this King of Pentacles feels like he was wronged in some way. It's almost like he's letting it go, but at the same time, there's almost this passive-aggressive guilt trip that he's pulling, and I can't. It's not so much. This is hard for me to explain. Let me just work through my thoughts here a minute, Taurus. Okay, so let's say, for example, you were wronged, right? And let's say, in the off chance the person who wronged you realizes that they did something to wrong you. Now, that happens occasionally, I know it doesn't always feel that way, but occasionally people who wrong you will realize, oh, hey, I was really shitty. I really disappointed so-and-so, or I caused this negative situation for so-and-so. Whatever the case may be, reflection on their own behavior, some kind of growth process, working through issues, they figure out that they've wronged you. Now, you being this King of Pentacles who feels wronged, instead of talking about it with this person, instead of working through it, there's almost this desire or need to get this person back first. Now that you know that you wronged me, I want you to stew in that guilt for a while. I don't know why I'm getting that off this King of Pentacles, but I thought I'd throw that out there. There's a sense that he doesn't want to deal with this right now. He doesn't want to maybe address the conflict or talk with this Queen of Wands or get everything out in the open just yet, because he wants her to stew in some guilt for a while. So this Queen of Wands is prevented from taking any action just yet. I feel like she's either sensed this, maybe she's been told this, hey, back off for a while. This King of Pentacles is not interested in working through things just yet. She may have been given, a warning. She may have seen some red flags. Maybe, I get the feeling that there was every intention. This Queen of Wands has every intention to make things right, but something stopped her. She may know, this is not the time right now. This is not the right timing right now for this, but it will be later on. For some reason, if she were to move forward and try to patch the issue up with this King of Pentacles who feels wronged, and I think was, based on what I'm seeing in the reading, he was actually wronged, and maybe this Queen of Wands has figured it out and she wants to make amends, but for some reason the timing's not right. If she were to push forward and try to do that anyway, she might damage the relationship even further. That's what I've got from this set of cards. Her act of trying to patch things up, if she were to try this now, would damage the relationship even further. So she's stepping back. This is quite a detailed story, Taurus. I'm intrigued and I want to know more, so I'm going to give this deck one more shuffle and we're going to get some more cards out here. So this Three of Swords, this is interesting because, sorry, I'm going to do one more shuffle. The Three of Swords typically for me indicates, a third party situation or somebody causing wreaking havoc or, whatever, influencing or interfering, whatever. But in this case, it's this queen's desire to make things right or take action in some way is what would damage the relationship. That's the third party, is her actual action. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense in my head. Anyway, here we go. 3 of Wands in reverse. 5 of Swords this time in reverse. Nine of Cups. 5 of Pentacles. Judgment in reverse. 9 of Wands again in reverse. Eight of Wands. Sorry about the lighting. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, Taurus, so let's see what else we get here. There's some interesting details. So if this conflict is never ever addressed, let's say this Queen of Wands backs off and she says, okay, the timing's not right now. For some reason, I can't make amends. I can't admit guilt. I can't try to right my wrong. At this point in time, I have to wait. I have to stop, because if I do, it's gonna cause more problems within this relationship. But it does eventually need to be addressed. It can't just be swept under the rug. So in other words, just because she's backing off doesn't mean she can't ignore the situation in the future. It will have to be addressed at some time in the future. The conflict does need to be resolved, and part of that is because it does affect other people, and it could indicate that it's affecting other family members or the family itself. The family unit itself could be affecting a family business or something else that's tangible. Whatever situation is going on between these two, it could have affected a job or someone's income or, again, an investment. I just have a feeling like eventually it will have to be addressed. There is some indication here that this king would like this queen to acknowledge the wrongdoing. So in other words, if this queen's going to take action, the action she should take would be just to open the door to verbally confirming or validating this king's feelings. So it's not time to make amends yet. I know it doesn't make sense, but it's not time to make amends yet. But if she were to approach this king and say, hey, you know what? I know I wronged you. I'm aware of it, and I'm sorry. And then she backs off. That would be a really significant first step to making things right. But she can't go any further than that. She can only say, look, I know I wronged you, and I'm sorry. And then she needs to back off, and at least in this king's mind's eye, he's like, okay, now she can go and stew in her guilt for a little while. Don't try to move anything beyond, I'm sorry, because that's where we have to, at least for now, for the time being, we end that here. And then in the future, and I don't know what that means, Taurus. I'm sorry, I'm not getting like a time frame. I know some readers do that. Will guess like, okay, within 5 weeks, 5 months, 5 years. with the Five of Pentacles, I would be inclined to say something like that. But time frame, I think it could vary. I don't think that even necessarily matters as to, because I think this Queen of Wands will know. In other words, she acknowledges that she wronged this king. She apologizes for it. That's what he wants right now. Then leave it at the door and walk away. And then revisit this in the future. Again, in the future, I don't know what that means. But this Queen of Wands will know. Okay, so there's this Queen of Pentacles, which has me perplexed over here. And she feels like a third party. And I know I said that the Three of Swords, the action that this Queen of Wands was going to take was third party, but now this person feels like this could also be an influence in the situation. But she's not a negative influence, she's a positive influence. I think what this is this is somebody who's connected to that whole family vibe thing. This is somebody who is attached to the situation and is involved in the sense that her relationship or connection with one or both of these parties is influenced because of what's going on between these two. I hope that makes sense, Taurus. And because there's a rift or some kind of conflict between this king and this queen, it's affecting this Queen of Pentacles. But there's no restrictions or limitations with regard to communicating or interacting or connecting with this Queen of Pentacles, like this King of Pentacles. Like he's all come over, admit what you did, apologize for it, and then get out of here. That's what this King of Pentacles is. Like this Queen of Pentacles is like, you know what, very compassionate, very loyal, very open to communication, very significant. It feels like, I mean, Queen of Pentacles could be a mother figure or a maternal energy, somebody who's puts others first. So this could be someone that's connected with this Queen of Wands who is a maternal figure, or somebody that you know just feels like that. It could be sisters, colleagues, or good friends. But the fact that this individual, the connection, whatever that means, is affected by these two, there's no restrictions with regard to this person. So this Queen of Wands, if she feels like, well, I can't approach the King of Pentacles anymore, I already said I'm sorry, he wants me to leave him alone, I'm going to go talk to the Queen of Wands now. Maybe patch things up with her, or maybe work through things with her, or at least communicate with her, because I know she's affected. Let her know what's going on. Give her the potential timeline for what this looks like. When I get to the point where things can be made right once and for all. So let's get this last round out for Taurus and see what else we get. Last round. Four of Swords again in reverse. The Star in reverse. Three of Swords again. Clarifying this King's energy. Now the Three of Swords is over here with this King of Pentacles, and it's over here with this Queen of Pentacles. The Hanged Man in reverse. Death in reverse. Eight of Cups. Ten of Cups in reverse. And then the Emperor. Okay, so this is really interesting. So just a few little extra details added to the story that are quite significant, even though they're small. and then I go silent. I'm just trying to get the thoughts clear in my head. So I think that this Queen of Pentacles is well aware of what's going on. When I say well aware, I don't mean that she knows all the details or that she's even had a conversation with this Queen of Wands or King of Pentacles. Again, this is a 3-person reading. There are 3 people, 3 energies, definitely 3 separate energies represented in this spread. She kind of gets the gist of what's going on between these two. And I don't know that she's had conversations necessarily, because I feel like that's kind of one of this Queen of Wands' tasks, is to communicate with this Queen of Pentacles. So it could be something where there hasn't been a lot of communication, or, hey, let me give you an update of what's going on. I think that this Queen of Pentacles even kind of knows the intention of this Queen of Wands to make things right. This Queen of Wands actually has a lot of positive energy coming off of her. I really get the strong sense that she's ready to move forward. She's ready to take action. She's ready to admit fault. She's ready to apologize. But it might be all too soon. In other words, all of those actions at once, it's all too soon. So again, little baby steps. The first step is to acknowledge wrongdoing and then apologize for it with regard to this King of Pentacles, and then give him his space. And then communicate with this Queen of Pentacles to say, look, things aren't feeling, 10 of Cups just yet. Not everybody's happy-go-lucky. Just because you apologize for something doesn't mean that everything is all right in the world. I think this Queen of Wands needs to communicate to this Queen of Pentacles, I'm aware that it doesn't feel like things are going well right now, or maybe I haven't made any progress, or maybe I haven't taken any steps forward yet, but I have. The intentions are there. I am in control of this situation. I am the one in charge here. This Queen of Wands is taking charge. It's not going to happen all at once, though. And she needs to communicate that to this Queen of Pentacles. And that's going to go a long way. That's going to go a really long way towards mending things with this King of Pentacles. Because this is some kind of group dynamic here. Again, it feels very significantly like a family situation. If these people are not family, they're closely tied to the point where they feel like family to each other. And again, it could be a workplace or business or job situation. These could be colleagues, business partners. So whatever, Taurus, you know your situation. If you're resonating with this reading, you can apply your specific situation. This is very much open to lots of interpretation with regard to the exact specifics of the situation behind the connection between these 3. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, Taurus, I'm going to give this deck a good shuffle here, and we're going to get a Dreams of Gaia tarot card to wrap up this reading for you. The cards are sticky right this second, so hopefully we can get one out here. In the meantime, I'm trying to see if I can get anything else. I think that this Queen of Wands, it might be one of those situations where it was kind of an aha moment for her, where she's like, oh shit, I know I'm the one who caused this, or damn, I really am responsible for this, or whatever the case may be. It almost feels like maybe she's come to terms with things, or she's come to realize something, and she does have good intentions. She has actually very good intentions. But just because you might realize something or have come to terms with something on your own for yourself doesn't mean that, other people are ready for it, or other people are ready to talk, whatever, whatever that looks like. That's important, because you know, I've said this before, everybody's kind of on their own timeline, right? So you work through things on your own schedule, and just because you're ready to move forward with something doesn't mean that, you know, the person that's significant moving forward with you is ready at the same time. And that's important to be aware of that, because if your ultimate intention is to make progress within these connections, then you've got to be considerate and respectful of everybody's timeline, everybody's readiness and willingness to make progress, and whatever that looks like. In this case, making progress with making amends for something that went wrong in the past, and seems to be this Queen of Wands responsibility, or she's accepting responsibility for it. Okay, there was like way too many cards. I'm not taking all of these. Like 5 of them. That would take me 16 days to read. I can't do 5. Sorry, Taurus. But these cards are not cooperating. I need 1 to spit out for me, 1 to stick out, 1 to fall out, 1 to scream out, hey, read me, read me, read me. And then I'll read it. But just 1. You know, what's interesting, though, for this Queen of Wands, too, is I think what she's realizing is that she's come to terms with something and she's ready to open up about it. She's ready to, you know, lay things out on the table. She's ready to come clean, whatever that looks like for her. At the same time, she's also realizing that sometimes I need to step away. Give people their space. That kind of thing. So she's kind of, it feels like she's kind of coming to a realization here. There's kind of an epiphany, an aha moment for her, where she's like, okay, I get it. I know I want to move forward with this, but I need to be considerate of others. Give them their space and the time they need to process this, and we'll work through it together. On the other hand, I will say that I'm going to go back to this King of Pentacles real quick before I read this card, which, by the way, is the 6 of Cups in reverse. It's actually one of my favorite cards in this deck. The image is really nice, and of course, you can't see it all that well because of the really poor lighting, and I apologize for that. Anyway, it's in reverse, so it's potential blockage. 6 of Cups, of course, we know the meaning of that card, which can indicate soulmate energy, someone who's significant to you, someone who's meant to be in your life. I do feel like these connections are those types of connections. But anyway, here I went off on a tangent about this card. Oh, I was going to talk about this King of Pentacles. So this King of Pentacles is dealing with his own shadow energy. Now, just because he was wronged, and the cards are indicating with Justice in reverse, and you know, 3 of Swords, just because he was wronged doesn't necessarily put him in a position where he's going to be like, okay, you know, admit it, apologize, and then dwell in that guilty energy. I don't think it's necessarily right for him to feel that way. It makes sense. You know, we all get into these situations in our lives where we feel like we're wronged by somebody else, and obviously it feels really good to know that the other person eventually realizes that they wronged you, and apologize for it. But at the same time, there's that almost revengeful feeling coming off this King of Pentacles. Like, now he wants her to just stew in it for a while. So I'm not saying that's the right way for him to be. It happens to be the way he is right now, how he's responding to the situation. So 6 of Water, 6 of Cups in reverse. Again, this is a potential blockage. It's just about a third of a page, and I will display the card. I know it's not going to be very visible to you, but I'll make the effort. If I kind of hold it sideways like that, you can kind of see. Okay, Taurus, here we go. The 6 of Water reversed has a very simple message and meaning. It does not serve us well to give in to the desire to inflict hurt just because we believe someone is to be deserving of it. What did I just say? Talking about this King of Pentacles. That's astounding that I just read that out of this book. I'm going to read it one more time just because. The Six of Water reversed has a very simple message and meaning. It does not serve us well to give in to the desire to inflict hurt just because we believe someone to be deserving of it. We may feel that we are justified, but what purpose does an act of spiteful retaliation serve but to make us less and perpetuate suffering? It can also be said that it makes us energetically the same as the person who harmed us. Therefore, the Six of Water comes to caution against embracing pettiness and retaliation, regardless of the circumstances. There is always a better option than the act of spite. Anger used in this manner is rarely beneficial or healing. Instead, it perpetuates suffering. There are none who can remain untouched when cruelty is offered. Both the person who inflicts it and the person it is inflicted upon will be marked by it. If revenge is desired, the best revenge we can mete out is to anyone who has hurt and upset us is to remain peaceful and emotionally detached. We can choose to be kind to ourselves to end our suffering by walking away and investing our time and emotion in something more worthy. Well, I mean, profound. It couldn't have been a better card to come out for this reading. And it talked about revenge. And again, I do get the feeling this King of Pentacles, it could have, with the Three of Swords sitting here right on top of him and the Justice card in reverse, all of these cards clarifying him. I do feel like whatever occurred between him and this Queen of Wands, I know I'm showing you the cards, but you can't really see them. That's why I've been showing them back. Anyway, whatever occurred, that was this Queen of Wands' responsibility or her will probably did hurt this king a significant amount, and he probably is justified in feeling angst over it. But it's not going to serve him well to then in turn take revenge or see fit that this Queen of Wands wallow in misery or guilt. That's just not, it's not a reasonable way to heal the energy between these two. Now, obviously, you're going to do what you need to do. I mean, if you feel it's necessary to inflict some harm onto this person because you were wronged in whatever way and you think that's going to make you feel better, I mean, to each his own. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, based on what this card said, to turn around and then inflict pain upon the person that caused you pain is not a solution, ultimately. Right, Taurus? Okay, so before I ramble on, I hope that you enjoyed the reading. I hope it resonated, and I hope you got something out of it. So thank you so much, Taurus, for joining me today. If it did resonate, please like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment if you'd like to. Thank you, and I hope to see you sooner rather than later. Happy February 2021. Bye.